Life. What an interesting race it is, right? And as much as we are in it together, automotive brands, well, they've got their own race going on. Race to get numbers, race to be India's number one SUV manufacturer. Mahindra definitely has a great legacy of giving us true blue SUVs, and without a doubt, the Scorpio is definitely one of them. This, ladies and gentlemen, is for the very first time that Mahindra will be selling two Scorpios under the same roof. The Scorpio N that was unveiled recently and the Scorpio Classic that I have here with me today. Think of this as a facelifted version of the second gen Scorpio, and I'm going to run you down through the changes that Mahindra has made with it, starting with the front. Obviously, the nose wears a new grille. Also, very first time on the second gen Scorpio, you'll notice Mahindra's twin peak logo. Looks quite nice, and this is definitely going down the history books. Also, headlamps that now have cornering functionality. You have new dials that have been added, lower down the bumper, and new casing for the fog lamps. The bumper has been redesigned very slightly so. I like how it still looks very muscular, very angular. The bonnet with that power haunch and that scoop on the front, unmistakably a Scorpio and very, very likable. On the side, you'll notice 17-inch rims, dual tone with a new design to distinguish it from the pre-facelift version, and Scorpio cladding. Cladding on cladding is what I'm calling it. Quite a nice badging here to distinguish it from the earlier car. Apart from this, nothing else has changed on the side except a very cool thing. It gets filler caps on both sides of the car. On this side, you have the tank to fill urea inside, basically emission norms. But that's about it. Now quickly, let's glance at what has changed on the rear. And that is the rear of the Scorpio Classic. So what has changed here? Obviously, to match the front, you have the new Mahindra logo on this blacked out element here. It still continues to get side-mounted tailgate. Also, it gets 3 different seating options for the third row. Classic badging for your neighbors to know that you've got yourself a new Scorpio. Now, this tail lamp, it remains to be exactly the same. The lighting element inside is exactly the same, but this reflector unit here has been changed. This is now functional. Apart from this, nothing else. Everything remains exactly the same. What I like about the Scorpio Classic is that not many vehicles are taller than me, but this one is. Imposing SUV. While we are yet to drive the Scorpio Classic, we can positively say that it won't be able to drive as sophisticated as the N. Mahindra has really pushed the game forward with the latter, leaving the drawbacks of the second gen Scorpio quite exposed. But to better the drivability, they have made a few changes. The legendary M-Hawk engine is now constructed using aluminum, making it lighter yet still capable of delivering 230 Nm of torque from as low as 1000 RPM, which is truly impressive. This has also resulted in an increase of fuel efficiency by 14%. The suspension has been reworked too to offer a much better ride on highways and city. Mahindra has added MTV-CL dampers to all 4 struts, a multi-tuning valve that helps control body roll and better highway manners. Wow. Now, just like how Mahindra has made those small tweaks to better the driving experience, they've also made small changes on the inside to make this a better place to be in. And it all starts with this dual tone color scheme. Black and beige, quite premium, right? And what adds to that effect are these new seat upholstery fabric quilted on the lower section. Again, quite premium. All 3 rows get central armrest, which is a great thing. Scorpio Classic moving up the bar, and well, I'm definitely quite happy about that. Now, few other things that Mahindra has added. A sunglass holder, because you definitely want to look cool while driving this truck. They've also added a 9-inch Android powered touchscreen that is able to mirror your phone so that you can play movies and your friends can be happy while you're on that long distance road trip. What also helps better long distance capabilities of the Scorpio Classic is the added feature cruise control, and the functionalities of it are right here on the steering wheel so that you can drive this easily out on the highway. What has also been added here is a fully automatic climate control, and Mahindra has added power window switches where they've always belonged, on the doors. Great thing, right? Now, one thing that I definitely want to point out is that cable shifting technology that Mahindra is offering. Now, with that, even though the car is stationary and not in motion, I can tell you for sure that the throws are shorter and the gates are very well defined. So this along with every other change, is definitely going to better your experience with the Scorpio Classic. So the changes might not look a lot on the surface, but deep down, they are plenty. I like it. I like when I'm presented with options. I mean, who doesn't, right? And that is exactly what Mahindra is doing, giving you more options to buy their SUVs. Options in terms of pricing, adaptability, appeal, practicality, and various things. Well, look at it this way. The Scorpio N is a huge step up in what the Scorpio was initially, but if that is not to your liking, or if that is a little too expensive or sophisticated, Mahindra still has something as basic and rugged as the Scorpio Classic. The good thing is, whatever you pick, Mahindra still has its eye for the number one SUV brand in India.